10 years after Greg Kragen was named an all-conference defensive lineman by the Pacific Coast Athletic Association, representing Utah State, he was then selected to the Aggies all-century team. That was in 1993, and by then he was well into what would become a 13-year career in the National Football League, including 9 seasons with the Denver Broncos, 1 with the Kansas City Chiefs, and finally 3 seasons with the Carolina Panthers. Greg Kragen played in 3 Super Bowls with the Broncos, was named All-Pro 3 times, and was selected to the 1989 Pro Bowl.
My reaction when I got the call was I was truly humbled by the fact that they'd think enough of me to have me in the Hall of Fame. I mean, it means a lot to me, just the names, the history, and to be part of it. It's thrilling and extremely humbling. Coach Snyder's group was here at the time, and I didn't know much about Utah State, and I had actually gone and seen a game out the University of Pacific when I was a senior in high school. They had actually asked me to come out and see a game, and it just so happened we were playing Utah State at the time, and so that was really my first exposure to the Aggies. And then I got some calls afterwards, and it was Keith Gilbertson was the one that recruited me, and Keith was just a fast-talking, funny guy, and obviously he was a good coach. He was an offensive line coach, so I didn't really have him as a coach, but again, great communicator, and came up on a recruiting trip, and I guess, it's funny, it was a good fit. It just felt like a good fit for me, and I didn't know that much about the coaching, and I really wasn't in tune with, is this a great place to be as far as football or anything like that. I was just kind of trying to see what fit for me personally, and this seemed like the place. Coming in, it was Coach Marinelli was the first D-line coach that I had, and he was, this short guy, hard-nosed guy, and the thing I remember about Coach Marinelli is he would chase us up and down the field, make us run after the ball. And the other thing about Coach Marinelli was always shorts and T-shirt, no matter what the weather was. No matter what the weather was, shorts and T-shirt. The guy was tough, and made tough players out of us. So and obviously technique. He was a good technician or teacher of techniques, and so that was very helpful to me. And then it's funny. Coach Waffle was my senior year, and I think Coach, I'll always appreciate Coach kind of not took it easier on me, but trusted me. He had a lot of trust in me as a leader and as a player. And so his techniques, he was just kind of getting going at that time. I was like his first group of D linemen. But again, he had played under Coach Marinelli, so he had a lot of those techniques and teaching a lot of the same things. But again, great leader, Coach Waffle, and another tough guy. Actually, the BYU win here my junior year was probably the one where I think I played the best. That one, and then we lost at Missouri my senior year. That was another one where I felt like I played well. But I would definitely say the BYU game here. My years here as a student, I grew up. Just being here, even outside of football, and just being away from home, it was a chance for me, it forced me to grow up. And as a student, the school was just, for me, it was kind of the right size. It wasn't too big, wasn't too small. And there's some professors that I still remember to this day that just really engaged me in class, and I appreciated that. I was undersized, and the thing about that is, it just forces you to be more disciplined, to be more technique oriented, because you have to survive. And I always say that, hey, if you're 300 pounds, you might be able to take a play off, and you're not going to look bad. If you're 260 and you take a play off, you're going to look really bad. So that was kind of the way I approached it. Kansas City was fantastic. It was, as far as teams goes and talent, that was the most talented team that I'd ever been on. Derek Thomas, Neil Smith, Joe Montana, Marcus Allen. I mean, just a good, I mean, they were fantastic players, great talent. And the year before I got there, they had lost in the AFC Championship game. So they were primed to go back. And anyway, we ended up losing in the first round of the playoffs. It was disappointing. Again, just based on the talent. But it was a great year. It was a great year. And Kansas City, again, I was fortunate the places I played. Denver, great fans. Kansas City, great fans, great atmosphere. You know, when you go to the NFL, it's a job, and you go home, and here it's, you know, in college or whatever, and maybe this was a little more special as well because it was a football dorm. You know, you lived with your teammates. You know, that to me that was special, different, and when I look back now, it's you know, a lot of us were first time away from home, that whole thing, and we were all together, and that was special to me. Looking back, just kind of, they were your brothers, they were your teammates, they were your friends. It was a good time.